Hello and welcome. This is Kevin, also known as AWOL. And I think, did I seriously label my last video the last of these? Oops. I came back with one more because I kind of felt that I had touched upon how if you make a fade from dark to light and then light back to dark, how that gives a certain feel to it. And that the other alternative of going dark to light and then dark to light and keep the contrasts between those like really strong with each other, as well as instead of going with just a gradient of 2 colors, what would happen if you did a gradient with 4 colors, how different that could be. And it was really eating me up inside, and I really wanted to kind of demonstrate what this could look like. So I cut up some string and we went for it. So it's the main colors are red and blue. Now I know that for contrast reasons, it could have been red and green, but I was afraid that would give it too much of a Christmas vibe. So I went with the red and blue. And then the other colors is purple and yellow. So you got the strong contrast where there's 3 strands, and the blue and red each have 5 strands. And they're because they're both primary colors, they do give you that great contrast as well. Just kind of changes the whole feel of it a little bit. Again, this one did not take me very long. I think it was like 72 minutes or something. I did the math earlier. I've already forgotten it, but it went really quickly. Again, it's one of those, it's a bracelet that just segments really well. And yeah, it's really quite fun. I really like how this one turned. It's so colorful. It is so beautiful. In the contrast, the way that the different areas kind of it's just amazing. I can't even begin to go into like, I kind of knew it would be a good looking bracelet, but I love it. I really do love it. In fact, I'm kind of contemplating about keeping this one for myself, just because the colors are just really fun. And yeah. So yeah, I didn't change the pattern at all. So that's why there was no pattern video. I basically just went off of the same as the last one. I just kind of gauged where the colors went based on how the other one was laid out with the fade, and made sure that I just kept like the red fade you see there, right, goes down to the lightest shade of the red, and then it's the darkest purple, right? It does that with each one of the colors. It's always wherever it comes down to lightest, it's then joined by the darkest color. So yeah, I think that alone made a really big significant difference. It's not just the fact that there's 4 different colors instead of 2. I could be tempted in trying to demonstrate the same thing with the dark to light and then light back to dark, but I think we got the general gist of how this all works, and that I'll leave some options open for you guys to try for yourselves, because there's no reason why I should do it all for you. But if you do it, if you manage to make one a variation on this whole theme, please, by all means, share it with me over on Discord. I am always interested in seeing what kind of things I inspire. So yeah, that'd be kind of cool. If you're interested in watching these kind of bracelets bracelets being made in general, you should probably become a YouTube member, because I made this bracelet during a live stream, and yeah, that was kind of cool. That was kind of fun. It's me working at a regular pace. I can talk to you guys and answer questions because I don't use the audio from the sped up version at all. I come back like I am right now and record what happened, what I learned, things like that afterwards. So yeah, I don't think that I was necessarily for like this instance of anything learning from, you know, this versus the other one, because it's the same pattern, it's the same everything about it except for the color. And color placement really does play a big role when it comes to bracelet making. I know that I've talked about that a bit in the past, but it really does make all the difference in the world. And once you start it, wherever you put the colors when you begin, that plays out in your bracelet, right? So you can't get halfway done and be like, oh gosh, maybe I should have. You have to plan these things in advance, and that's why I try to teach how to make patterns, is because it will save you a lot of effort of trying something and then realizing like, no, you know, I didn't get the right contrast I was looking for. I didn't get them in a sequence that lends itself well to this. That's where pattern making really comes into play, because it'll just save you a lot of time and a lot of effort. Early on, back in the 80s, well, 87, 88, when I was first starting on making bracelets, I didn't have a computer. I didn't have, you know, it wasn't like a regular thing at that time. I did some on graph paper, but then a lot of times I would just experiment and try it in every different conceivable way I could think of, just for something different and to make things that, you know, would appeal to different people. So it's not wrong to just try them all the different ways, but it does take a lot more material, takes a lot more time, and you might get versions that you're not as happy with. So again, being able to have patterns and stuff now, I even think some people have the capability of probably taking one of my templates and, you know, altering it on a phone or a tablet, which is pretty cool. Like, you know, you could really turn this into something where you could just take it along with you, and I think it's kind of neat. Yeah. I just, each and every color in here just offers the most contrast. Even the yellow against the blue starts with the darkest yellow, goes against that lightest blue. It's subtle, but it really makes the colors pop a little bit more than if it was the other way. You know, the other way, it just makes subtle changes. It's hard to describe, but I can kind of picture it. I don't know if that's from just making as many bracelets as I have, or if just having a good imagination or whatever, but something about that is, I can imagine what it would go the other way, and it's just a softer look, that as opposed to this with having the harder contrast. So that's kind of cool. Trying to think what else there was. Oh, there was a moment while recording this where I totally lost audio. I have a new device, a new Stream Deck, to help me with the recording, and I bumped something and absolutely muted my microphone. And for the life of me, I couldn't figure out what had gone on, because it's kind of, the whole device is rather new to me, and it's never happened before. So I spent a good portion of the live stream silenced, and then there was getting audio back and trying alternate audio devices to try to figure out like why, how to get sound back, and then found the error, and like, oh god, that was kind of that was something learned, and nothing to do with bracelets, but I have now learned that I can mute my mic whenever needed. So that's kind of cool. Yeah, so this blue diamond, that's like the center of the bracelet. So I'm just gonna go ahead and thank my YouTube members who make this stuff possible. Just got a lot of string here recently, and it was through their help and support that was possible. It feels really good to have restocked up on the string. In fact, I've set aside string now for another bag project that I want to do, and because I had enough string to pull it off, it's going to be something that's going to turn out with really great colors. And yeah, it's already depleted like 3 colors from the stash I have, but that's okay because there's enough string. It should last me through at least the rest of the year. So yeah, that's kind of cool. Yeah, so the string came really recently. The video has already gone by for the unpacking, if that makes any sense. I shot the video for the unpacking the string like 2 days before the video posts. Most of these videos that you see are a month or more ahead. Like if you wanted to see the videos as they get launched, you'd have to be a member because they get it the day that it's available. But right now, scheduling wise, I'm a month plus ahead right now, which is really cool. I think I haven't been this far ahead in a little while, and it feels good to be able to be relaxed and try to choose my what patterns I want to do and come up with ideas. And because I was that lack of pressure and this idea in my head of this thing being kind of interesting to change up the colors and make instead of a gradual like the dark to light and then gradually come back to dark, giving it that contrast, I really kind of felt like that was something to demonstrate and show you guys like how much cooler that could look. And yeah, I'm really happy about it. Oh, and you might notice too, my thumbnail got painted with a smiley face, so periodically as I'm tying knots you might see that there's a smiley face, and that's kind of Mandy was like, you should get something, you know, make it fun, whatever. And I couldn't think of anything. I at first I thought about doing my little robot and paint that on there, but they were like, oh, it's so complicated, it would only be his head. And I don't know, I thought the one thing is members, when they're in the chat, they have the smiley face, and the smiley face changes colors the longer you've been a member. And I was just like, maybe if I'm gonna have this little art piece on me, have it a smiley face, so it's a smiley face that's winking. So it kind of shows up periodically throughout the video, I think. But at least this is a flash of bright yellow, so that's what that's about. Yeah, but again, time wise, I just got this thing painted on yesterday. By the time you're seeing this, if you're not a member, it'll probably have already grown out. So kind of funny, but you'll be able to see it on my next live stream, which, yeah, we're a few days away from that. But yeah, it's kind of weird how like unlinear and yet linear these videos are. It's just a very funny abstract notion for me. Oh, you might have noticed earlier too, I took the clip off and just double checked like where the colors and stuff were, because I wanted to make sure that I was right, that the yellow row, when it comes down, it goes like over the last blue and just kind of stops there and makes it so that way the bracelet tapers in the way it's supposed to. I just had to make sure that I was on the right one, and that it wasn't the purple one that does it, which if I had done that, it would have been really, really long. Oh, and again, the strings get used in a way that it's, you know, all the strings are kind of evenly used, because there was no like definitive short strings or anything. So when it comes to making the tassels, that was fine. I always like to let you guys know about this, because there are some bracelet designs that if you're not careful, you will run out of that string, and you have to like make preparations to avoid that. So I, like every video, I try to let you know that if it's a case like that or not. And this was all used up pretty evenly, so that was cool. But yeah, I'm kind of excited about trying something new and different after this. I don't know. I haven't made up my mind. I was going to do this month was going to be Blindside Creations, and then it got sidetracked. Yeah. Into whatever these things are. It's like a fancy candy, I guess. But then I don't know, maybe we go and do those later. I don't know. I probably have enough submissions right now that I could probably do the rest of the month and next month with a Blindside creation. So I don't know. I kind of like this idea of like whimsically coming up with ideas and going with it, because it's easier to record if you're really excited about something. Like making this bracelet, like I really was excited to try these colors together, and as a result it felt like it didn't take very long at all, and I was excited to see what would come of it. And I would really like to tap into that kind of energy to make the videos more interesting for you, as well as making the bracelets more fun for me. So yeah, I'm kind of maybe gonna take a little break tomorrow, go out, clear my head, and come up with a plan for what we're gonna do the next few days. So that's my plan for now. But yeah, if there's things you want to see, there's sections in the Discord where you can actually submit your ideas of things that you want me to make. I've only had a couple of suggestions so far, and we've already managed to complete all those. So the system works. It's nice to be inspired by you guys. So you know, you want to try that, go for it. All right, so here comes the big reveal. It's almost done. So thanks for watching, and as always, don't get your strings in a bunch.